time you straighten right out. Stop your running around, making trouble in the town. Rudy, a message to you, Rudy, a message to you.
Lonely night in June, when my tree began to bloom, I saw in front of me a girl just. To my surprise, she was to be somewhere over the rainbow's end. She'll fly, yes she'll fly, somewhere over the
touch the sky, lived a man named Jack Sullivan with a glint in his eye.
Social media be unrestricted? Or do we need guardrails to protect society? Join host Ryan Thompson on Disruptarian Radio as he navigates this explosive debate with progressive advocate Alex Monroe and libertarian voice Liberty Steele. From shadow banning to cancel culture, they're tackling the thorniest issues shaping our digital future. Discover why platforms are scaling back censorship, what it means for democracy, and how new alternatives are reshaping online discourse. Having faced shadow banning firsthand, Disruptarian Radio brings unique insight to this critical conversation. Every week, we dive deep into the forces transforming our digital world. Join the discussion and challenge your assumptions. Listen to Disruptarian Radio wherever you find your podcasts.
Your host and
as always,
navigator through the
disrupt
complexities
airwaves
of our
with
digital age. Today we're diving headfirst into one of the most polarizing topics of our time, free speech on social media. Platforms like X.com, formerly Twitter, and Meta are scaling back their censorship tools, igniting debates about the balance between moderation and free expression. To help us explore this topic, I'm thrilled to be joined by two incredible guests. First, we have Alex Monroe, a progressive liberal who sees moderation as essential to protecting communities from harm. Welcome, Alex.
Thanks for having me, Ryan. This conversation couldn't be more relevant.
And alongside Alex, we have Liberty Steele, a libertarian who champions free speech as the cornerstone of a free society. Liberty, glad to have you.
Thanks, Ryan. Let's dive in and tackle this head on.
To start, let's address censorship. In recent years, platforms like Meta have reduced fact-checking efforts, and X.com under Elon Musk has embraced open dialogue. But censorship, covert and overt, isn't new. At Disruptarian, we've faced shadow banning firsthand. In 2019, our reach plummeted from 31 million monthly views to just 30,000 after receiving a censorship notice. Liberty, can you unpack how shadow banning impacts free speech?
Shadow banning is particularly harmful because it's invisible. Users think they're participating in the conversation, but their voices are muted without their knowledge. It's a form of censorship that avoids accountability. The Twitter files showed how government agencies pressured platforms to suppress dissent, especially conservative voices. This isn't about protecting people, it's about controlling narratives.
Alex, your perspective, are there scenarios where shadow banning might be justified?
There are, Ryan. Shadow banning can be a tool to minimize harm. With the rise of misinformation, hate speech, and incitements to violence, platforms need strategies to protect their users. While it's not perfect, shadow banning can be a way to reduce harm without outright removing users.
This brings us to sensitive topics. Liberty, should platforms allow unrestricted dialogue on issues like gender identity, immigration, or election integrity?
Absolutely. These are the conversations that shape our society. Silencing them doesn't make the problems go away. It just pushes them into echo chambers where ideas can fester and grow more extreme. Open dialogue and the free exchange of ideas are the solutions.
But liberty, unrestricted dialogue can lead to real harm. Take misinformation about vaccines or elections. The consequences can be deadly or destabilizing. Moderation isn't about stifling ideas, it's about preventing chaos.
This tension between harm prevention and freedom lies at the heart of this debate. Let's pivot to how different platforms are navigating this challenge. Platforms like Truth Social, Getter, Gab, and Telegram have positioned themselves as alternatives to big tech. Pew Research reports that these platforms prioritize free speech in different ways. Truth Social fosters a grassroots community, with over 90% of prominent accounts run by individuals. Getter emphasizes international engagement, promoting open dialogue on a global scale. Gab takes a hardline approach, allowing nearly all content to remain visible. Telegram offers decentralized communication, balancing individual and organizational voices. Liberty. Are these platforms the solution to big tech's centralization?
In many ways, yes. Each platform offers a unique model for free expression. Gab's hands-off approach is true to free speech principles, while Telegram's decentralization is a safeguard against central control. These alternatives prove that people are hungry for spaces where their voices aren't censored.
Alex, what do you think? Do these platforms pose risks?
They do. While I respect the desire for free speech, these platforms can become echo chambers for extremism and misinformation. Gab, for instance, has been criticized for hosting hate speech. Without moderation, these spaces risk harming society rather than enriching it.
Liberty, how can we prevent these platforms from becoming toxic?
It's not about censorship, it's about empowering users. Give people tools to curate their feeds and block content they don't want to see. Trust users to navigate these spaces responsibly. Platforms like Disruptarian can lead by promoting transparency and user-driven moderation.
Let's expand this discussion into the realm of cancel culture and social points. In recent years, we've seen how public opinion, or even the threat of public backlash, can dictate behavior. Cancel culture often operates as a form of social punishment, where individuals or entities face consequences for opinions or actions deemed unacceptable by the majority. Liberty, how does cancel culture intersect with free speech?
Cancel culture is another form of censorship, but instead of coming from the government or corporations, it comes from society itself. It's a way to silence dissent by creating fear. People self-censor to avoid backlash. The danger lies in how easily this power can be misused. We've seen lives and careers ruined over minor transgressions or unpopular opinions. This stifles creativity and innovation.
Alex, your thoughts? Can cancel culture ever serve a positive purpose?
I think cancel culture can hold people accountable. When someone's behavior or rhetoric causes harm, public backlash can be a way to demand change. However, it's a double-edged sword. It can quickly spiral into mob mentality, where the punishment far outweighs the crime. Cancel culture needs to be balanced with compassion and a recognition of human fallibility.
Building on this, let's discuss the concept of social points and enforced conformity. Imagine a future where governments or corporations assign you a score based on your behavior, opinions, or adherence to a narrative. Those with low scores might lose access to services, travel, or even certain jobs. Liberty, are we heading toward a dystopian system of behavioral control?
Absolutely, Ryan. We're already seeing precursors to this with social media platforms using shadow banning to enforce conformity. In places like China, the social credit system is a chilling example of how governments can control citizens by tying behavior to privileges. The more we allow centralized entities to dictate acceptable narratives, the closer we get to this dystopia.
It's a valid concern, but we need to differentiate between systems designed to protect and those designed to oppress. Social media platforms moderating harmful content isn't the same as a government restricting your ability to live freely. However, transparency and accountability are essential to ensure these systems aren't abused.
This leads to an important question. How do we maintain individual freedoms while ensuring safety and fairness in society? Let's explore this further in our discussion about Disruptarian's vision for the future. Speaking of transparency, let's talk about the future of Disruptarian. After years of battling shadow banning, we're starting fresh. Here's our game plan. Build an independent network. We'll create self-hosted websites and decentralized platforms to ensure no outside entity can silence us. Promote transparency, no shadow banning, no secret algorithms. Users will always know how decisions are made. Focus on education. We'll provide resources to help users critically engage with content and navigate the digital world responsibly. Our goal isn't to replace platforms like Meta or X.com. Instead, we aim to build a space where trust and free expression thrive. Before we wrap up, let's take a look at history. Censorship is not a new phenomenon. During World War II, Nazi Germany's Joseph Goebbels used propaganda and censorship to suppress dissent and manipulate public opinion. Books were burned, media was controlled, and critics were silenced. Alex, what lessons can we learn from this dark chapter?
The Nazi era reminds us of the dangers of censorship as a tool of tyranny. But we must also recognize that unchecked free speech allowed hateful ideologies to take root. Moderation is essential to preventing history from repeating itself.
Alex, I agree that hate speech is harmful, but the solution isn't censorship, it's debate. When bad ideas are exposed to scrutiny, they can be dismantled. Suppression only drives them underground and gives them power.
This has been a fascinating discussion. Alex, any closing thoughts?
While I may not agree with all aspects of Disruptarian's approach, I appreciate the effort to create something new. I hope you find a way to balance freedom with responsibility.
Disruptarian is exactly what we need. Independent platforms are the future. They're proof that people won't settle for censorship. I can't wait to see what you build.
Thank you both for such a thoughtful discussion. To our listeners, we're at a crossroads in the digital age. The challenge isn't just how we handle free speech, but how we rebuild trust in our institutions and each other. At Disruptarian, we're committed to fostering a space where ideas can thrive and every voice is valued. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep disrupting. This episode has been created for and by Disruptarian with AI voice actors. This has been one part of an 11-part series of podcasts at disruptarian.com. Our first episode is January 14th at 12 p.m. UTC. We are taking comments at our chat room at disruptarian.com. We will be continuing our series until Tuesday, March 25th. All episodes will be replayed at 3 p.m. UTC as well on Tuesdays. Changes will be noted at our website. Our chat room is available 24/7. Thank you so much for your participation in these important topics. Discussion and disruption is how we break the mold and make progress.
Woke up this morning, cracked my screen, scrolled through the chaos, so you know what I mean. Must took the wheel, said let's ride this train. Fact checkers got checked, now they're feeling the pain. Marky Z was next, trying to save some face. Tossed the woke patrol right out of the place. No more flags, no more bans for my dank memes. It's like the internet just woke up from a bad dream. Oh, freedom's ringing, yeah, it's loud and clear. Elon lit the spark, now we're all out of fear. Suck played the game, didn't wanna be late. Now the fact check mafia's sealing their fate. Fact checkers got wrecked and I just got higher. Social media's free, man, no more liars. Elon's laughing, Zuck's chasing the trend. Looks like Big Brother's time's at an end. Remember when my jokes got tagged as fake news? Now I'm dropping punchlines, got nothing to lose. They were sipping soy lattes in their echoey halls, but now their pink slips are tacked to the walls. Must said, transparency, that's the key. Zuck said, hey, don't forget about me. It's a circus, man, but the clowns are gone, and I'm vibing in the sun, singing my song. Censorship's dead, long live the truth. I'm smoking to the rhythm, just enjoying the proof. Algorithms flipped and the tide has turned. The fact check bridge has officially eventually burn. Fact checkers got wrecked and I just got hired. The tweets are uncaged, setting the wire. Elon's laughing, Zuck's in the race. Freedom's rolling through cyberspace. Yeah, they flagged my memes, said they weren't legit, but now their office chairs don't even fit. Elon lit the blunt of this revolution. Zuck's tagging along with his own contribution. Freedom's like a fat spliff, roll it up tight. Pass it to the left, let's keep it in sight. No more community standards to shut me down. Just me and the truth, puffing all over town. Checkers got wrecked and I'm flying high under Musk blue sky. Man, I'm touching the sky. Zook's on board, but he's late to the show. The tide of freedom's got a righteous flow. Fact checkers got fired, I just got higher. Social media's free, man, no more liars. Elon's laughing, Zuck's tagging along, and we're jamming to the beat of the freedom song.
This hot and Quinn with a heart of gold beneath the skin. But beware, my friend, don't test his fire. You find yourself in a world of other mellow world here. In his heart you'll never meet a cosmonaut. You find yourself in a world of fire. Jack Donovan, rest in peace, you old bastard. A man can have a better friend with a love for dogs more than men. You taught us all where true loyalty stands. You met your share of shady souls. You held your ground, you played your roles. Jack Donovan, rest in peace, you old bastard. We'll raise a light to you till the end. Oh, Dr. Donovan people, he often say, the loyalty they won't betray. Seen the worst of what men can be, but he never let it take his city. You might your share of street souls.